Hello everyone. This is my final presentation for our Independent Inquiry and Internship course. Here's the agenda for my presentation. I will inform you of where I completed my internship, and then outline my research question, learning goal, and success criteria. I will then describe for you my conceptual framework as a lens through which I completed my internship goals. Following that, I will describe for you the events in which I participated in, and then connect my observations to some of the literature and research in this area. I will finally reflect on the overall internship experience to close. I completed my internship at the STEAM Lab, which is located on the 4th floor in the Faculty of Education building. I worked with interns, research assistants, and one other teacher candidate while completing my internship. In the STEAM Lab, their goal and work centers around the use and implementation of technology into the learning environment, and they seek to leverage technology in order to enhance the overall educational experience for students and empower all users through technology. This seems like a very complicated and daunting task, so you might wonder how they can accomplish this. From my observation, they use a variety of approaches, namely game-based learning and makerspace activities, in order to promote digital, environmental, and global citizenship. In the STEAM Lab, there is an emphasis on the art component, hence STEAM versus STEM. And I think this art component is crucial in promoting creativity and innovation for our students. My research question for the internship focused on how the implementation of STEAM and makerspace education can assist with closing the education gap, which I feel is a very relevant topic. My learning goal is closely aligned with the initiatives of the STEAM Lab, as I hope to gain a greater understanding of how implementing technology can enhance and transform the educational experience for students. My success criteria are listed below. I was able to achieve 3 out of the 5 success criteria, and these points had to do with student interest and willingness to solve complex and challenging problems, as well as the use of technology to promote collaboration among students with varying ethnic, religious, and cultural backgrounds. Personally, I was able to participate in outreach programs and learn how technology is brought into school settings. There were 2 criteria which I were not able to achieve, and these had to do with the fluency and productivity of technology for minority students, as well as observe secondary students utilizing technology to enhance their own learning. The conceptual framework, which I have selected as a lens to analyze my research question and internship goals, is the Canada 2067 STEM Learning Framework. Now, this is a new national initiative that has been designed to reshape the future of STEM-based subjects in the K-12 range. This model is student-centered and focuses on how teachers use technology to instruct their students and how students learn best through technology, as well as the ability for students to perceive and foresee where their education leads them. Ultimately, we want our students graduating with doors open to diverse careers and have the capacity to be active and informed citizens within their own community. But to do this, they will require a full range of skills that require them to navigate the increasingly complex and demanding world that we live in. Thus, this framework serves as a means to guide students to careers and jobs that are directly related to STEM and STEM-based subjects and allow them to be successful in their future. Now for the highlight of my internship experiences, and these were undoubtedly from the outreach activities that I participated in. From being involved in these activities, I was able to accumulate a wealth of experience and develop as a learner myself. I was able to interact with parents, network with educators in the schools, and learn how STEAM-based activities can actually promote and enhance education. I was enjoyed to see the level of interest that the students had for learning this technology, and I really think that utilizing STEAM-based activities and technology can make a significant difference to the educational experience for students. The first event I attended was the STEM/MEND event, and MEND is the Muslim Educators Network of Durham, and they paired up with the EDSB in order to host UIT at Northern Dancer Public School. This was a huge event with over 500 individuals in attendance, and it was just a blast. Students were involved in a variety of activities involving green screens, augmented reality, virtual reality, papertronics, chibitronics, a bunch of other STEM-based activities that the students were able to get their hands on and create. Here I am, some action shots of myself helping some of the students with the makerspace activities. This was definitely the highlight of the night, and there were just a bunch of papers and copper tape, LED lights, and many other makerspace tools on that table that ended up being fairly chaotic but very enjoyable. In the middle panel there, I am instructing students how to use the augmented reality and virtual reality applications on the iPad, and even parents were getting involved in that activity. They found it interesting. So overall, this event highlighted the interaction between ethnic and cultural students and parents, as well as the educators. And it was really a successful night, and the students had a great time engaged with the multitude of activities that were present at the STEM night. The second event which I attended was a STEAM demo located at Montrose Public School, which is downtown Toronto. This is a very small school with just under 200 students. However, many of their classrooms are fitted with more advanced smartboards that are in our schools here in Durham. And this school offered a STEM coding club after school for students who were interested. Here are some photos of the grade 6 students in a classroom at Montrose Public School, and I have to say these students were really great. They picked up on the concepts of electrons, positive and negative flow, parallel and series circuits, and just building the Arduino board and coding it through the laptop. They were really quick to pick up on these skills, and I was thoroughly surprised to see this. An interesting observation I made was the female in the pairs, and you can notice in the image everyone was sitting in pairs, but the female student more often took the lead and was in charge for the majority of the time. And not all the pairs were boy and girl, but for the ones that were, I found that the female students were more interested in almost leading the activity. And that was great to see, especially with the Female in STEM initiative and movement that is going on. And here we have a video of a couple students that have programmed their Arduino board to flicker the red and blue LED lights at a different rate than they naturally would. They increase the speed through changing the coding on the computer. So this was a really interesting outing and outreach event, and I would love to do this again in the future. So I was able to connect some of my observations to the literature and research that I included in my annotated bibliography, namely two of the studies. And the first one had to do with the benefit of integrating the arts into the STEM-based activities. And I would say without doubt, the art component definitely adds that creative element and innovative aspect to learning. And without that element, I think the students would be much less engaged and interested in participating in these STEM activities. The second article focused on culturally responsive teaching with technology, and I think both outreach events that I participated in had some element of culturally responsive technology and bridging any sort of differences that students may have who are from different ethnic or religious backgrounds, to come to work together and sort of forget that there is even a religious or disparaging barrier between students, and using technology to overcome any barrier that may exist, I think is the direction we want to head in. And students were working together using the iPads to solve the augmented reality problems on the first night, and students that were paired up together in the classroom at Montrose Public School, which were from visibly different cultural backgrounds, were able to work together without any sort of issue. And I think it goes to show that the technology has a way of getting students working together and sort of overlooking any differences that they may have at first glance. To close, I would like to briefly reflect on the opportunities that my internship presented to me. And it really starts with the outreach events that I participated in. And I think both events were truly eye-opening and insightful, sort of informing me of the students and the type of students I'll be working with and what really engages them. And I understood and witnessed how technology is important to their learning. And I think it's our responsibility, educators, to find and discover new ways as to how we can introduce technology that's meaningful and not just a supplement. Technology has the potential to transform learning, but it needs to be utilized in the right way. And I think that is the challenge that we will face as educators. So this internship was, once again, very rewarding for me, and I would love to continue to work with the STEAM Lab even after I graduate, because I feel going into the schools and getting a sense of the technology and getting hands-on experience is really one of the best ways to learn the STEM-based technologies. And utilizing the STEAM Lab as a resource, I think I can grow professionally and personally in my teaching career. And that is it. I would like to thank you for watching my culminating video for this internship course. It was really a rewarding experience, and I have left a quote here for you by Albert Einstein, which I believe pays homage to the STEAM-based learning initiatives. Thanks again.